If there's one thing I always say is that we should never despise humble beginnings. When I was growing up, there was a guy called Karanja from my neighborhood. Now, Karanja used to sell mahindi choma. He would never miss even one day. If you go on Monday, you'll find him there. If you go on Tuesday, you'll find him there. Monday to Saturday, he would be there religiously. Then some 3 years or so went by and Karanja opened a kiosk where he would sell us bread, milk, and other basic household groceries that you can imagine. Now, all the people who used to buy maize from him began to buy bread, milk, and things like that from him. Again, some time went by and Karanja bought a station wagon. And he left the kiosk to his brother, and he would use that station wagon to sell onions, tomatoes, and whatnot. In fact, if I remember correctly, Karanja was amongst the first Kenyans to sell groceries from their vehicles. Until date, he's the only one getting all the business behind Naivas. He even upgraded to a Noah. So today people might see Karanja driving a Noah and envy him, but they don't know that Karanja started with selling maize. Anawekelea mawe juu ya ingine, anawasha, anapepeta. Kazi ni kuchomelea, and people buy, he applies the pilipili for you, so that is where he started. That is what we call humble beginnings. Starting out with a little, but finishing out in a better position. I'll give you another story because you people apparently like stories so much. Most people see me on social media as a political analyst, and they accuse me of being paid by politicians. But what they don't know is that my journey started outside, literally outside. I used to record in front of a mabati. I didn't have a studio. Here's an image. I hope you are having a great day from wherever it is you're watching from now. Monday. What I would do, I would carry, I had a wooden table. I still do have it. I would carry it outside, plant it, take a cloth, put it on the table. I had a small USB mic. It's not like this one because this one goes all the way to an XLR cable. That's a USB mic, so it goes directly to your laptop. So at the bottom of that table, there's a laptop there. And I was recording using a tablet. I didn't have any camera. So there were so many challenges. You are recording, the sun is hitting you. One of the devices might go off because of overheating. You could be recording, someone else knocks the gate. Behind me, there's a construction site. If it gets too loud, you have to abort recording, come back at a more appropriate time. So I did that for a while, but some well-wishing Kenyans came together and they decided to help me buy computers, some ergonomic chairs because of the excessive hours of editing. Even the flags you see here in this seat is a byproduct of the help that people sent to me. And because of those resources, we were able to build a YouTube channel with over 107,000 subscribers today. Yet the time when I was recording outside, I used to get 14 views per video. So the moral of the story is this: never despise humble beginnings. If you are selling uji, keep selling. You never know where that uji will take you. Someone somewhere might enjoy that uji and decide to hire you to work in the governor's office. And then that job can open another door, which can lead to another door and another door. If you're willing to humble yourself and start with the little you have, I promise you, you will go very far. Even if what you have is just 200 bob, you can buy a pineapple, slice it and sell it to people at 2020. At the end of the day, you'll have 400 shillings in your pocket, and even that is progress. You repeat like that every other day, and before you know it, you have your own grocery shop. And if there's one thing I like about God in the Bible, is the fact that he'll use whatever you have. Here's an example from the Bible. Let me read for you 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1 to 7, and I quote, "The widow of a member of group of prophets went to Elisha and said, 'Sir, my husband has died. As you know, he was a God-fearing man. But now a man he owed money has come to take away my 2 sons as slaves in payment for my husband's debt. What shall I do for you?' He asked. 'Tell me, what have you got at home?' 'Nothing at all except a small jar of olive oil,' she answered. 'Go to your neighbors and borrow as many empty jars as you can,' Elisha told her. 'Then you and your sons go into the house, close the door, and start pouring oil into the jars. Set each one aside as soon as it's full.' So the woman went into her house with her sons, closed the door, took the small jar of olive oil, and poured oil into the jars as her sons brought them to her. When they had filled all the jars, she asked if there were any more. 'That was the last one of her sons answered, and the olive oil stopped flowing. She went back to Elisha the prophet, who said to her, 'Sell the olive oil and pay all your debts, and there will be enough money left over for you and your sons to live on.'" So the moral of the story, start with what you have. Many who you see today who you think are very lucky in life, they started with very little. In fact, there is a politician, if I remember correctly, somewhere in Mlima Kenya, he used to campaign with one sweater, to the point people knew him. Farmers, in fact, would carry him from point A to B using a tractor, and he became a member of parliament. So if you start with what you have, irrespective of what you're trying to do, you will go very, very far. And here's a funny thing about human beings. Human beings, when we see somebody starting, provided we are not your friend or family, your friends and family will very much laugh at you. In fact, it's written in the Bible that a prophet can't be accepted in his own home. Jesus was not accepted. Even when people were donating to me, not a single shilling came from a friend or family. It was all strangers. People I don't know are the ones who bought these flags, this chair, the microphone stand, the XLR cable, the audio interface, the microphone, the tripod stand right there, the computers, the lights. I'm telling you, the whole thing was financed by strangers or from the little proceeds that I had. So whatever it is you're trying to do, strangers will come and see, who is this girl who is selling us a screen protector? And they'll buy. Who is this guy who is making nyama choma there? Much as he has just one grill and a kahema, they will come eat and you'll be shocked. People don't care who you are or what you have. They care about what they are getting. You're selling mahindi choma, will buy. You have a kiosk, will come buy. So start with what you have. You never know the ending. The ending can really, really surprise you. It might even end with you in Runda or even Beverly Hills in America. Anything can happen. That's just the order of life, and provided God is at the center of it all, the results will shock you. Now, having said that, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, you can subscribe on YouTube at High Altitude Ministries or TikTok or Facebook under the same username. Having said that, bye-bye.